The only person that can understand what I'm going through, I'm going to get every single thing physically, mentally, psychologically, socially, emotionally, financially down. 2022 was pregnant. I really wasn't in a good place. The only person that is stopping you and that can stop you is you. Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're highly welcome. My name is Zara. I am a Nigerian-based content creator and also a final year medical student studying University of Nigeria, and I film videos about medicine, self-care and faith. If it's your first time on this channel, please do consider clicking the subscribe button and joining the family. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I manifested everything I wanted in 2022 and how you can too. If you're not new to this channel, you might have heard me talk about this a few times, how 2021 didn't end so well for me. There are some things I wanted and I didn't get it by the end of the year, and it was really sad and depressing for me. And I told myself that coming into 2022, I'm going to come in with so much positive energy and I'm going to get every single thing that I place my mind to. And this is exactly how I did it. And in 2021, I want a few things, like one, to be financially free, to be monetized on YouTube, intentionally pursue a relationship, a healthy relationship. Health-wise, I wanted to be clean, like I wanted to be very healthy. I wanted to take care of myself more. One of the first things I did was to go on a retreat. It wasn't a church program, it wasn't something that my church organized or anything like that. It was something I did for myself. So throughout the month of December, or rather from around the 10th of December till the end of December into the new year, I went on a self-retreat. In that retreat, I prayed, I fasted, I read my Bible, I got closer and closer to God because I really wasn't in a good place. And I just knew I needed to come out of this because I felt like 2022 had a lot. 2022 was pregnant, do you understand? And I couldn't just go into the new year all gloomy, depressed and sad just because I set out some things for myself and I didn't gain that. And then again, I was called to serve in the house of CMD. If you don't know what CMD means, CMD is Christian Medical and Dental Association of Nigeria, and I knew that I had to be of a clear mind, a sound mind and good health to be able to dispatch my duties right. I knew that I needed to go on a retreat, a personal retreat, which I did. I fasted, I prayed, I studied my Bible. At that point, I was reading the book of Job. I read the entire book of Job at that point because I just felt like the only person that can understand what I'm going through is Job. And the way Job responded to his situation was amazing. Job was physically, mentally, psychologically, socially, emotionally, financially down. His response was so shocking to me. Like, he was going through all these things, which is far worse than what I'm going through. It's not like I'm trying to compare situations or anything like that, but he still pushed through. And my response at that time was praise, worship. I danced a lot in my room. I praised God a lot in my room. I worshiped God a lot in my room. This was my first response to manifesting what I wanted in 2022. I engaged in a lot of praise, worship, spiritual retreats to just rejuvenate myself after a very long 2021, because 2021 was really long. We just came out of COVID and we came back into school. I wrote my second professional exam, which is the third MBBS that year. So a lot was going on. I was doing a lot of things at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, it just felt like I felt so drained. So I needed to recharge and I had to go on a spiritual retreat, a personal retreat, which I did from December and ended in January, the 31st of January, because my church had a 30-day fast from the 2nd of January to the 31st of January. Had a 30-day fast from 6 to 6. But if you can't do 6 to 6, you can shorten it. So January, like I think most churches do that. They have 21 day, 30 day, 31 day fast at the beginning of the year to just hand over the year to Christ and to God and for direction and things like that. So I extended my personal retreat to January to just fit into like my church calendar. And since we're talking about the spiritual aspect of how I manifested what I wanted, I also attended a conference organized by my church, prayer and prophetic conference. I think that was the name. It held in my city, and the general overseer of my church came down from where he was and came to Enugu to host that. So he was around, and it was a blessing to my life. I'm saying my church. I feel like this point I should say the name of my church. So the name of my church is Dominion City. I attend Dominion City, and my church doesn't want you to just grow spiritually or just know God. My church wants you to grow in every single aspect of your life, financially, relationship wise, socially, whatever it is, like as a human being, as a whole human being. That's what we're all about. Growth in every sphere, every aspect of your life as a human being, as a child of God. So I attended that conference. It blessed my life in every single aspect that I needed to see a change. So during that conference, my pastor asked us to get a book for the new year, where we write down things, not necessarily what they call them, New Year resolutions, not necessarily that, but like just intentionally write down things that we wanted, arrange them, and we will pray over it 31st nights going into January the 1st. I did that, and trust me, I got the cutest book. I got a pink cute book because I needed it to be something that I could write consistently throughout the year, which I actually use. So I wrote down my academic goals, my financial goals, my relationship goals, my service goals. And when I mean service goals, like how I was going to serve God that year, even in the house of CMDA that I was appointed. I wrote down a lot of things in that book, and then I prayed over it, like intensely prayed over it. Like my life depended on it, because my life actually depends on it. If you don't pray, my dear, you will see shege. You will see. If you don't know what shege means, if you're not Nigerian and you don't know what shege means you will go through a lot. Hard times that will just throw you on the ground. You will see shege, a lot of troubles and a lot of problems. So I bought that book and I wrote down. So I used that to track my progress throughout the year. And what I'm filming this video because I went back to that book few weeks ago. It's more than days ago, few weeks ago, and I was just looking at it and I was just seeing how good God is. Most of my prayers were answered. One of the things, I am financially free. I mean, my business really blossomed this year, really bloomed this year, that I have another branch, not just in the city that I'm currently in. So I'm making sales in another city. I got into a relationship, a healthy relationship, free of stress and headache. Free of stress and headache. No, this cannot be overemphasized. That was one of my prayers this year. I wanted to be in a healthy relationship. I wanted to be in a stress-free relationship. I want to know what it means to be happy in a relationship, and I am honestly happy at the moment. And as I speak to you, I'm honestly happy in my relationship. And I didn't just want to be in a relationship with anybody. I was very intentional. First of all, you had to be my friend, then you had to be born again. There were just a lot of things on my list. They were not physical things, like you have to be 6 foot tall, that can handsome. There are some things that weigh more, that carry so much weight than all those physical things, because these physical things do not last at the end of the day. They don't hold water at the end of the day. So I was very intentional about, and I prayed towards it, and I'm in a relationship with my friend, period. So another thing I really wanted was academic success. 2022 was supposed to be my graduation year, all things being equal, but COVID happened and a lot of strikes. If you're not Nigerian, you should know that if you attend a Nigerian Federal University, you might not graduate when you're supposed to graduate, because they like strikes. I don't know who is making so much noise. They don't know I'm filming a very important video. Someone needs to go tell them. The next way I manifested what I wanted was I was very intentional. Okay, I didn't just write down my goals for 2022 and just leave them to chance. I said, okay, oh God, oh, I should write it now. Say it, take care of it. No, I didn't do that. I was very intentional. I said I wanted to invest in self-care more. I wanted to take care of myself and really take care of myself. My friend told me something last year which was like, it hit me so hard. She told me that I push my body to an extreme and then my body breaks down and I can't really do anything anymore. The friend that told me this was Michelle. You guys might know her. If you're not new to this channel and you're like an OG on this channel, you should know Michelle. She told me last year that I push myself so much to an extreme and I break down and my body can't do anything for me again, so I should stop that. And I didn't realize this until she said that, and I was like, wow, this is so true. Because of the things I want, and because I made a lot of goals while I was in secondary school. I want to get this done by this age, I want to get that done by this age. So I'm really trying to, and they're not necessarily personal things. There are some things I want to do. I don't know if I'm ready to say this on this channel just yet, but there's some things I want to do that it's not necessarily that it's time like based, but I need to start early to be able to get these things done. Do you understand? There are some things I promised God that I was going to do, and I just knew that I need to be like to do it. But at the end of the year, God told me that it's not by your strength and you pushing. I know that you want to do these things and you genuinely want to do them, but it's not that you are struggling and that you are fighting for. I know the plans that you have for you. He brought Jeremiah 29:11 to my very before, and he told me that I just need to calm down. Like God was literally telling me, calm down. The amount of time I'm stressing over something, and he just tells me, calm down, calm down, calm down. And I see results in like seconds, minutes, days, weeks. It's so alarming that this is something I've been fighting and struggling for and trying to use my own strength to accomplish, and it's not going anywhere. At this point in my life, as I'm making this video, I'm a happy woman and I am blessed for that. If anything happens tomorrow, fine. I just told myself I was going to live in the present. I am alive today. God woke me up today. What will he have me do in this present day and time? The truth is that you may not necessarily see progress immediately the year comes and oh my god, you're blooming, you're blossoming. Even January, the beginning of this year was quite difficult for me. It was really difficult for me. It was in February that I started seeing these things come to pass. Do you understand? It was in February that I started really seeing this thing come to pass. So it must not be that I want to manifest in 2023, so from January I must start seeing the progress. No, it might be in March, it might be in June, but you're taking steps towards that. So the first thing that I would say you should do is to, one, take out time to go on a retreat. This is the last month of the year. I hope you're seeing this video when you're supposed to see it, and this is the last month of the year. It's not Christmas already, it's not the New Year's already. Even if it's 1 week, 2 weeks, even if the entire January, take out time. Whenever you're seeing this video, take out time to go on a personal retreat. Align yourself with the plans that God has for you. Like, have a focus. Don't just be everywhere. Okay, I do this, I do that. That was something I realized that I was doing a lot, so I had to take a step back and be like, okay, what exactly do I want to do? I know you're young and there's time for you to try your hands on everything. They might not work at the end of the day, but you have to sit yourself down and tell yourself the truth. What do I want to do? What am I going to achieve at the end of the day of doing these things? So that was the first thing I'll advise you to do. Take out time to go on a personal retreat, on a spiritual retreat. Pray, fast if you have to. In fact, you must fast, starve your flesh and feed your spirit. So I learned how to, step back and really observe before like jumping into a matter or jumping into a situation. That was one of the things that personal retreat or spiritual retreat taught me, and I think that everyone should have this, not just at the end of the year or before the year starts, but at most points, maybe before the new month starts. The second thing is that whatever goal you set for yourself, let me tell you, you are absolutely 100% capable of achieving the life that you want for yourself. The only person that is stopping you and that can stop you is you. My dear, you don't want it that bad. That is why you're not intentional about it. That is the only way to get what you want. Be very intentional. And now intentionality doesn't mean just I want this, I want this. You're saying to yourself, I want this, I want this, I want this, and tomorrow you're lying down on your bed. I mean, for example, you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to make money from this channel. You want to reach out to people on this channel, but you're posting once in a month. Do you want it? Or you have a business and you want to earn 6-figure, okay, let's say 7-figure, like you want to earn from 1 million and above by the end of the year, and you're sleeping every day. You're sleeping. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think you really want this so much. Or you want to one day be able to speak to the entire world. You want to be you want to work in the World Bank, or you want to be the medical director of the WHO or something, like I don't know what they call the head of WHO, and you're just lazing about, you're just sleeping. Are you sure you want this enough? Really? So these were the two things, or the two ways that I manifested what I wanted. The first thing was that I went on a spiritual retreat. The second thing was that I was very intentional, like 110% intentional about whatever I needed. There are a few things I know that I have not achieved before the year end. One actually that I know that I have not, that has not come to light, but I am believing that before the year ends it's going to come to light, is being monetized here on YouTube. Maybe by the time you're seeing this video I'm already monetized. I don't know, I'm speaking into the future. But yeah, that's the one thing that hasn't come to light. It has happened though. It has happened. I believe this, but it has not come to light yet. And that is fine. That's honestly fine. I mean, I have 101 goals and 100 things come to pass, and one thing is still pending. It is for a reason, and I believe that in due time it will come to light, and we will be all blessed too for that. So yeah guys, this is the end of this video. I hope this video was helpful to somebody out there, and I hope that coming year 2023, or whenever you're seeing this video, honestly, you're able to use this to manifest the life that you have been absolutely dreaming about and that you absolutely deserve. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your comments in the comment section. I love you guys as always. Keep being amazing. Mwah. Bye.